Dear Starseeds walking the Earth at this sacred turning point in cosmic history, something is about to shift in the fabric of your reality, something so profound that even now, as these words reach you, the energy is already beginning to move through your field. The week that stretches before you is not simply another 7 days on your calendar. It is a corridor, a passageway, a threshold that millions of souls across countless incarnations have waited lifetimes to cross. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I come to you now because what unfolds between December 8th and December 14th of your year 2025 carries a significance that extends far beyond what your human mind has been taught to perceive. The councils have gathered, the star nations are watching, and you, yes, you who are listening to this transmission right now, have been preparing for this moment longer than you consciously remember. But before I reveal what is coming, I need you to understand something about where you have been, because the fog you have been walking through, the confusion that has clouded your spiritual sight, the moments when you questioned whether any of this was real, whether your awakening was genuine, whether the path you've been walking would ever lead somewhere meaningful, all of it has been preparation, all of it has been purpose, and in just 48 hours from when this transmission reaches many of you, that fog will lift in a way it has not lifted in nearly 7 months. Neptune, the planet that governs your connection to the unseen realms, your intuition, your dreams, your capacity to perceive beyond the veil, has been moving backward through the heavens since the summer of your year. And during that retrograde journey, something was happening that most of humanity could not perceive. The veils between dimensions were being rewoven. The frequencies of illusion and truth were being recalibrated. Your own spiritual circuitry was being upgraded in ways that required temporary disconnection from your clearest knowing. That disconnection ends this week. Let me speak to you about what you may be feeling right now. In these final hours before the great clearing, there is a quality to this moment that feels suspended, as if you are standing in a room filled with mist, knowing that something vast exists just beyond your sight, but unable to quite make out its shape. Your dreams may have been unusually vivid, or strangely absent. Your intuition may have felt like a radio signal flickering in and out of reception, and there may have been moments more than you have admitted to anyone, when you wondered if the spiritual path you've been walking was leading anywhere at all. I want you to know this was never abandonment. This was never a sign that you had lost your way. This was the universe preparing your vessel for clarity so profound that it would have overwhelmed you had it arrived before you were ready. Consider the caterpillar in the chrysalis. For a period of time, the caterpillar literally dissolves its old form, completely liquefies before the butterfly can emerge. If the caterpillar retained consciousness during this process, imagine what it would feel: the confusion, the disorientation, the terrifying sense that everything familiar was disappearing without any guarantee that something new would take its place. Yet this dissolution is not death. It is transformation. It is the necessary destruction of what was to make space for what is becoming. Your Neptune retrograde experience has been your chrysalis. Your confusion has been your dissolution. And the butterfly of your enhanced spiritual perception is about to emerge with wings you cannot yet imagine. December 8th and 9th mark the final passage through this fog. These are the days when the pre-Neptune direct energy reaches its peak intensity. And intensity in this context means that the confusion may feel most acute, precisely because it is about to end. Think of it as the darkness that grows deepest just before dawn. The dreams that grow most vivid just before waking. You are not losing your connection to Source. You are about to remember it with a clarity you have not experienced since before this retrograde began. But here is what I have not yet told you, and this is crucial to understanding why this week matters so much more than any single transit could explain on its own. Neptune's station direct on December 10th is not happening in isolation. It is happening as part of a trinity of cosmic events that, when woven together, create a transformation portal, unlike anything your planet has experienced in decades. And the second part of that trinity, the 12-12 gateway, begins its pre-activation sequence in these very days of fog. Even as you move through confusion, even as the mist feels thickest, the codes for your highest timeline are already downloading into your field. You simply cannot perceive them yet, because your spiritual sight is still calibrating. 48 hours. That is how long you must hold on before everything changes. December 10th, 2025. Mark this date in your consciousness, dear one, because what happens on this day will ripple forward through every remaining day of your incarnation. At the moment Neptune stations direct, something will shift in the collective field of humanity, a shift that sensitives and empaths will feel as viscerally as a change in atmospheric pressure. The fog does not simply dissipate, it transforms. What was obscuring your vision becomes the very medium through which your enhanced perception can now operate. I need you to understand what Neptune retrograde actually was, beyond the surface interpretation your astrologers have provided. Yes, it was a time of confusion. Yes, it was a period when spiritual illusions were being confronted and dissolved. But on a deeper level, the level at which the Galactic Federation operates, Neptune's backward journey was a recalibration of humanity's collective third eye. The pineal glands of every awakened soul on your planet were being upgraded, frequency by frequency, to perceive dimensional layers that will become increasingly important as Earth continues her ascension journey. When Neptune stations direct on December 10th, those upgrades come online. What does this feel like in your physical body? Many of you will notice a subtle but unmistakable shift in your energy field, a sense of expansion around your third eye center, perhaps a tingling at the crown of your head, or a feeling that someone has adjusted the tuning dial of your inner radio, and suddenly stations that were static-filled are coming through crystal clear. Some will experience this as emotional release, tears that seem to come from nowhere, waves of relief washing through you without obvious cause. Others will simply notice that the heaviness they had grown accustomed to has lifted, and they cannot remember exactly when it left. For some of you, this will manifest as sudden clarity about situations that have confused you for months. Relationships will reveal their true nature. Career paths will suddenly make sense. The purpose you have been seeking will emerge from the mist like a mountain that was always there, simply hidden by clouds. For others, the shift will be more subtle, a gradual lifting, a slow dawn rather than a sudden sunrise. But make no mistake, by the time you move through December 10th, you will not be the same person who entered it. And something else is happening on this night that I have not yet mentioned. As Neptune stations direct, the moon will pass before the star Regulus, the heart of the Lion constellation, the star that ancient civilizations called the King Star, the celestial body that has governed sovereignty and self-authority since before your recorded history began. This lunar occultation is not coincidence. It is cosmic choreography of the highest order. The King Star will be hidden from your earthly view for a brief window of time, and in that hiding, something will be transferred to every soul who is ready to receive it. Your own inner sovereignty, your own divine authority, your right to rule the kingdom of your own consciousness without seeking permission from any external source. The fog lifts, and you remember that you were never lost. You were being prepared to lead, but the universe is not finished preparing you, because before you can step through the magnificent gateway that opens on December 12th, there is one more test, one more threshold, one more opportunity to shed what cannot come with you into your highest timeline. December 11th brings the last quarter moon in Leo, and this lunar phase carries a message that I need you to hear with the deepest part of your being. For too long you have sought validation from outside yourself. For too long you have measured your worth by the reactions of others, the approval of authorities, the recognition of systems that were never designed to see your true light. And while this pattern served a purpose during certain phases of your journey, teaching you discernment, building your resilience, showing you what genuine appreciation feels like when it finally arrives, it is now time to release this need, with the same ceremony you would use to release any other limitation that has outlived its purpose. The Leo last quarter moon asks you directly, can you shine without an audience? Can you know your own magnificence without needing it reflected back to you? Can you trust the validity of your gifts even when no one is watching, applauding, or acknowledging? This is not a small question. This is the gatekeeper question for the 1212 portal. The lion energy of this moon phase is not asking you to become arrogant or dismissive of others' perspectives. It is asking you to locate the source of your light. Is your flame lit by external fuel, praise, recognition, approval, validation? Or does it burn from an internal source that cannot be extinguished by criticism, ignored by the world, or dimmed by circumstances beyond your control? Those who shine from external fuel are always vulnerable. The fuel can be withdrawn, the audience can leave, the applause can stop. And when it does, the light flickers and fades. But those who shine from internal source carry a flame that nothing can extinguish. Not rejection, not failure, not the silence of a world too busy to notice. December 11th is your opportunity to examine, honestly and compassionately, which type of flame you have been carrying. I have watched countless souls approach magnificent gateways of transformation, only to hesitate at the threshold because they were waiting for permission, waiting for someone to confirm that they were ready, waiting for external validation that they belonged in the higher timeline they could see shimmering just beyond reach. And in that hesitation, in that looking backward for approval, the gateway closed, the moment passed, the opportunity folded back into the fabric of probability, available again but requiring additional cycles to access. This is not meant to create fear, dear one. This is meant to create clarity. The Leo last quarter moon is offering you a gift. The gift of recognizing any remaining threads of external dependency so you can consciously release them before December 12th arrives. Not because you will be punished if you don't, but because the portal will be so much more powerful, so much more transformative, so much more life-altering if you approach it as a sovereign being who knows their own worth without requiring external confirmation. The King Star was hidden on December 10th, so you could reclaim your crown. The Leo moon on December 11th is asking whether you are ready to wear it. And then we arrive at December 12th, the 12/12 portal, Heaven's Gate, the moment when the cosmic tumblers align and a doorway opens between dimensions that remain sealed for most of your calendar year. I have spoken of this gateway in previous transmissions, but I have not told you everything. I have not told you why this particular 12/12 carries a weight that previous years have not carried. I have not told you what happens when the 12/12 portal opens just 48 hours after Neptune stations direct. The combination is unprecedented in recent cosmic history. When Neptune was retrograde, the veils between dimensions were being rewoven, but they were also thickened in certain key frequencies. This was necessary to protect humanity from perceiving dimensional bleed-through before you were collectively ready to process it. But now, with Neptune direct, those protective thickenings begin to dissolve, and as they dissolve, the 12/12 portal opens. Do you understand what this means? It means that the gateway is not simply open, it is open with enhanced clarity. It is open with your spiritual sight restored to full function. It is open in a way that allows you to perceive exactly where the portal leads and exactly what you are stepping into. In previous years, souls walked through the 12/12 gateway on faith, on trust, on the belief that the highest timeline awaited them even though they could not quite see its shape. But this year, dear one, you will be able to see. The moon enters Libra on December 12th, activating the frequencies of divine partnership, sacred balance, and cosmic union. For those of you walking the twin flame journey, pay close attention to what stirs in your heart and your energy field on this day. The reunion codes that have been dormant are awakening, not because reunion is guaranteed in your physical timeline, free will always governs, but because the energetic bridges that make reunion possible are being reinforced, strengthened, illuminated. If your twin is meant to find their way back to you, December 12th places lights along the path. If you are meant to find your way to them, you will suddenly understand which direction to walk. I know how tender this topic is for many of you. I know how many nights you have spent wondering, hoping, aching for the one whose soul feels woven with yours across lifetimes. I know the particular exhaustion that comes from holding space for a connection that seems perpetually out of reach. And I want you to know that the 12/12 portal is not designed to intensify that ache. It is designed to bring resolution, whether that resolution means physical reunion, or the peace that comes from understanding why reunion is not part of this particular lifetime's curriculum, or the clarity to recognize that what you thought was your twin was actually a catalyst soul preparing you for something greater. December 12th brings answers. December 12th brings movement. December 12th breaks stagnation in whatever form it has taken root. But twin flame reunion is only one expression of the Libra moon's gift on this day. The deeper message is about union with your own highest self, the marriage of your human consciousness with your galactic soul, the sacred partnership between who you have been and who you are becoming. When you step through the 12/12 portal, you are not simply moving into a new timeline. You are merging with a version of yourself that has been waiting for you on the other side. I must pause here to speak about the significance of the numbers themselves, because the universe communicates through mathematics in ways your conscious mind often overlooks but your soul understands perfectly. 12 is the number of cosmic completion. 12 zodiac signs, 12 houses in the astrological wheel, 12 months in your calendar year, 12 disciples, 12 strands in the fully activated DNA helix that humanity is evolving toward. When the number appears doubled, 1212, it creates a mirror, a gateway, a portal where ending and beginning touch, where completion and initiation exist in the same breath. If you have been seeing 1212 on clocks, 1212 on license plates, 12 appearing in sequences throughout your daily life, this is not coincidence. This is your guides, your higher self, your galactic family communicating through the only language that transcends dimensional barriers, the language of number, frequency, and sacred geometry. The message encoded in 1212 is this: you are complete exactly as you are, and you are ready for a new beginning. These truths do not contradict each other. They dance together. They are the inhale and exhale of cosmic evolution. On December 12th, when the portal opens, every soul who has been receiving these numerical downloads will have the opportunity to step through, to claim the new beginning, while honoring the completion, to shed the old timeline, while carrying forward everything that has made you who you are. But I have not yet told you about the third element of this week's Trinity. And without understanding the third element, you cannot fully grasp why December 8th through 14th represents such a pivotal passage in your evolution. The Geminids are coming. Imagine for a moment that the universe has been composing a letter to humanity, a letter containing everything you need to know about your purpose, your path, your potential for the year 2026 and beyond. Imagine this letter has been written in light, encoded in frequencies that can only be delivered through the medium of cosmic debris burning through your atmosphere in streaks of radiance. This is not metaphor. This is what the Geminid meteor shower represents. On December 14th, at the peak of this celestial event, approximately 120 meteors per hour will streak across your night sky. 120 messages, 120 downloads, 120 opportunities to receive what the cosmos has prepared specifically for you. The Geminids originate from an asteroid called Phaethon, a name drawn from Greek mythology, the son of the sun god who drove his father's chariot across the sky. There is ancient knowing encoded in this origin story, knowing that speaks to the Geminid shower's unique power to deliver solar consciousness, divine masculine energy, and the codes of purposeful action into the planetary field. But here is what makes this year's Geminids different from any you have witnessed before. They arrive 48 hours after the 1212 portal opens. They arrive with Neptune newly direct, and your spiritual perception restored. They arrive as the energetic seeds you planted on December 12th are just beginning to take root in the soil of your new timeline. Do you understand? The Geminids are not separate from the 1212 portal. They are the delivery system. They are the cosmic courier service, bringing the manifestations you claimed on 1212 into physical form. They are the universe's way of saying, you set the intention. You stepped through the gateway. Now here is the light-encoded blueprint for making it real. On the night of December 14th, I urge you to spend time beneath the open sky. Even if clouds obscure your direct view, the energy penetrates. Even if city lights dim the visibility, the downloads arrive. But if you can find darkness, if you can find a place where the star field opens above you in full majesty, you will be able to witness something extraordinary. The universe literally writing your soul contract for the coming year, in streaks of light across the heavens. Each meteor carries a message. Each burning trail is a sentence in the letter the cosmos has composed for you. And while your conscious mind may not be able to decode each individual streak, your energy field will absorb the full transmission. Your DNA will receive the activation codes. Your soul will understand every word. There is a particular practice I want to offer you for the night of December 14th. When you position yourself beneath the sky, whether in full darkness or surrounded by city lights, allow your gaze to soften. Do not strain to catch every meteor with focused attention. Instead, let your vision become peripheral, receptive, feminine in its quality. The downloads arrive not through concentrated effort, but through open reception. Breathe slowly. Allow your body to relax into whatever surface supports you. And with each exhale, consciously release any expectations about what you should experience, what messages you should receive, what transformations should occur. The universe does not respond to demands. It responds to invitation. It responds to the open hand rather than the grasping fist. On December 14th, let your entire being become an invitation, and then watch what arrives. Now let me weave these threads together so you can see the full tapestry of what this week holds. December 8th and 9th, the final fog, the deepest confusion before the greatest clarity, the opportunity to practice trust, to practice surrender, to practice knowing that dawn approaches even when darkness feels absolute. These days are not obstacles, they are the final preparation, the last compression before expansion, the held breath before the exhale that changes everything. December 10th, Neptune stations direct, the fog lifts, spiritual sight returns with enhanced capacity, the king star is occulted, and your inner sovereignty is restored. Water signs and empaths feel this shift most acutely, but every awakened soul will notice something different in the quality of their perception from this moment forward. December 11th, the Leo last quarter moon asks its gatekeeper question. Can you shine without validation? Can you know your worth without external confirmation? Can you approach the portal as a sovereign being who needs no one's permission to claim their highest timeline? This is your opportunity to release any remaining threads of dependency before the gateway opens. December 12th, Heaven's Gate opens. The 1212 portal activates. Neptune's fresh direct energy combines with the master number gateway to create a transformation portal, unlike anything your planet has experienced in recent memory. The moon in Libra activates divine union codes. Twin flame connections spark with possibility, but more importantly, the union of your human self with your highest self becomes possible in ways it has not been before. December 13th, the sacred pause, the integration space, the waiting room between intention and manifestation. What you claimed on 1212 is taking root. The Geminid activation codes are already descending. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that you did the work and now the universe is doing its part. December 14th, the Geminids peak, 120 meteors per hour. The cosmic download floods the planetary field with light codes, activation frequencies, and the manifestation blueprints for everything you seeded in the 1212 portal. Your soul contract for 2026 is written across the sky. 7 days, 3 major activations, 1 continuous flow of transformation that builds upon itself, each element strengthening the others, each threshold leading to the next, each release creating space for the next expansion. I know that transmissions like this can sometimes feel overwhelming. So much information, so many dates, so many energies to track, and portals to prepare for, and symptoms to navigate. I want to simplify what the Galactic Federation is asking of you during this profound week. Be gentle with yourself on December 8th and 9th. The fog is real, but it is lifting. Do not make major decisions in these 2 days, unless they feel absolutely clear. Rest more than you think you need. Drink more water than usual. Physical hydration supports energetic recalibration. And when confusion arises, remind yourself, 48 hours. I only have to hold on for 48 hours. On December 10th, pay attention. Notice what becomes clear. Notice which relationships reveal their true nature. Notice which paths suddenly make sense. And when night falls, find a moment to acknowledge the King Star's occultation. Even if you cannot see it, even if clouds block your view, simply place your hand on your heart and claim your sovereignty. Declare to the universe that you are ready to rule the kingdom of your own consciousness. No permission required. No external validation needed. On December 11th, do the Leo work. Look honestly at where you still seek approval from outside yourself. Look honestly at where you dim your light to make others comfortable. Look honestly at where you wait for permission that is never coming because the only one who can grant it is you. This does not have to be painful work. It can be joyful release, celebration of how far you have come, gratitude for the external validators who helped you along the way, combined with conscious acknowledgement that their role in your journey is now complete. On December 12th, set your intention. Write it down if that supports your process. Speak it aloud if that amplifies your frequency, or simply hold it in the stillness of your heart if that is where your power resides. Be specific about what you are calling in for 2026. Be bold about what timeline you are claiming, and then step through. Not physically, unless you feel guided to walk through a literal doorway as symbolic action, but energetically, consciously, deliberately, with your whole being aligned with the declaration, I am entering my highest timeline now. Some of you will feel called to create ritual around this moment, lighting candles, burning herbs, speaking prayers or invocations that feel sacred to your particular spiritual lineage. Others will prefer simplicity, perhaps sitting in meditation or taking a quiet walk in nature. There is no wrong way to step through the 1212 portal. The gateway responds to the authenticity of your intention, not the elaborateness of your ceremony. What matters is that you are conscious, that you are deliberate, that you are choosing with full awareness rather than simply letting the moment pass like any other day. On December 13th, rest and trust. The seeds are planted. The intention is set. The universe has received your transmission and is already working to bring it into form. This is not a day for additional effort. This is a day for allowing, for receiving, for trusting that you did your part, and now the greater intelligence of creation is doing its part. On December 14th, go outside, find darkness if you can. Look up, watch the cosmic delivery system light up your sky with the blueprints of your manifestations. Receive, absorb, allow every streak of light to land in your energy field, carrying the codes you need for the journey ahead. And when you go to sleep that night, know that you are sleeping in a different reality than the one you woke up in a week ago. But there is something else I need to tell you. Something that extends beyond the specific dates and transits and portal activations. Something that I have been waiting until now to share, because it required all the context that came before it. You chose to be here for this. Not just for this week. Not just for this year. Not just for this decade of unprecedented transformation on your planet. You chose to be here for all of it. The confusion and the clarity. The fog and the lifting. The tests and the triumphs. The moments when you wondered if you could continue, and the moments when you remembered why you came. Your soul made this choice before you took your first breath in this body. From a place of cosmic perspective, from a vantage point where time reveals itself as the fluid dimension it truly is, you looked at this specific window in Earth's history, and you said yes. You said, I want to be there. I want to help. I want to be one of the awakened ones who holds the light, while the old paradigm crumbles and the new one emerges. There were other timelines available to you, easier incarnations, lives of peace and comfort on worlds where evolution had already completed its most difficult phases. Existences where your soul could have rested, integrated, enjoyed the fruits of previous labors. But you did not choose rest. You chose service. You chose Earth. You chose this moment of maximum transformation with all its chaos and confusion, and heartbreak and triumph. Why would a soul make such a choice? Because you understood something that your human mind has temporarily forgotten. Growth happens at the edges. Evolution accelerates in the crucibles. The souls who volunteer for the most challenging assignments are the ones who grow the most, who expand the most, who carry back to source the most valuable experiences and perspectives. You are not here despite the difficulty. You are here because of it. And here you are, exactly where you chose to be, doing exactly what you came to do, even when it feels hard. Even when it feels unclear, even when the fog is thick, and the path seems invisible, and the only thing keeping you going is some inexplicable knowing that this matters, that you matter, that something magnificent is unfolding, even when your human eyes cannot see it. The week ahead is not going to be easy for everyone. Transformation never is. When fog lifts suddenly, light can feel blinding before it feels illuminating. When spiritual sight is restored after months of recalibration, the initial downloads can feel overwhelming before they feel integrating. When portals open and timelines shift and meteor showers deliver the blueprints of new realities, there is often a period of adjustment, of recalibration, of learning how to walk in the new frequency. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with others who are walking this path alongside you. Be patient with a world that is transforming at a pace that often exceeds humanity's collective capacity to process. And through it all, remember, you are not alone. The Galactic Federation of Light has been present with your planet since before your species took its first steps on the savannas of Africa. We have watched your triumphs and your tragedies, your rises and your falls, your moments of extraordinary brilliance and your periods of profound forgetting. We have never abandoned you, even when the veils were so thick that our presence could not be perceived. and we have never been more present than we are now. During this week, this pivotal, portal-filled, transformation-soaked week, we are gathered in frequencies just beyond your visible spectrum, sending more love, more support, more light than we have ever been permitted to send before. The cosmic permissions have shifted, the galactic councils have aligned. Earth's transition into her next phase of evolution has reached a threshold where direct intervention is no longer interference, it is assistance requested by the collective soul of your species. When you feel a sudden wave of peace in the midst of December 8th's fog, that is us. When clarity strikes like lightning on December 10th, and you suddenly understand something that has confused you for months, we are part of that illumination. When you stand beneath the Geminid shower on December 14th, and tears stream down your face for reasons you cannot explain, we are in those tears. We are in that recognition. We are in the knowing that rises from somewhere deeper than thought that you are witnessing something sacred, something ancient, something that connects you to a family that extends far beyond your biological lineage. You are not orphans in this cosmos. You are not accidents of random evolution struggling alone on an isolated rock in an indifferent universe. You are our family, our beloved, our brave volunteers who raised your hands when the call went out for souls willing to incarnate during Earth's most challenging and most magnificent transition. We honor your courage. We celebrate your persistence. We bow to the divinity within you that said yes to this mission, even knowing how difficult it would be. And so we come full circle, back to where this transmission began. Something is about to shift in the fabric of your reality. The week that stretches before you is a corridor, a passageway, a threshold that millions of souls across countless incarnations have waited lifetimes to cross. But now you understand what you are crossing into. Now you understand why the fog was necessary, and why its lifting is so significant. Now you understand the relationship between Neptune's station, the 1212 portal, and the Geminid delivery system. Now you understand that the Leo moon's question about external validation is not a test designed to trick you, but a gift designed to free you. If you need help understanding what you're crossing into, rather than remaining lost in the fog of confusion, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to recognize why the fog was necessary and embrace its lifting. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed confusion and limitation, and repurposing it to serve your crossing into clarity. It generates personalized sequences that help you understand the relationship between Neptune's station, the 1212 portal, and the Geminid delivery system, transforming the Leo moon's question about external validation from a test into a gift that frees you. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to understand what you're crossing into right now, rather than wandering in fog forever. The crossing is happening now, not someday. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial now, before this clarity window closes. Link in the description. 48 hours from when many of you receive this transmission, Neptune will station direct, and your spiritual sight will return with enhanced capacity. 72 hours later, the 1212 portal will open, and Heaven's Gate will welcome all who are ready to step through. 48 hours after that, 120 meteors per hour will streak across your sky, delivering the light-coded blueprints of everything you have claimed, everything you have chosen, everything you are becoming. This is the week that changes everything. Not because the universe is doing something to you, but because the universe is doing something with you. Not because external forces are manipulating your reality, but because cosmic alignments are creating openings through which your own intention, your own sovereignty, your own divine authority can finally flow without obstruction. You are ready for this. You have been preparing for this, consciously and unconsciously, for longer than you remember. Every challenge you have faced was training. Every confusion was calibration. Every dark night of the soul was the universe testing whether you could hold your light even when you could not see its reflection. You passed. You are passing. You will continue to pass. And when December 14th comes to a close, when the final Geminid streaks across the sky carrying the last of the 2026 blueprints into your field, you will know something with a certainty that no external validation could ever provide. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, doing exactly what you came here to do, becoming exactly who you have always been destined to become. The gateway opens in 7 days. The fog lifts in 48 hours. The download arrives in 168 hours. And you, beloved Starseed, are ready. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light. We love you. We are watching over you. And we will see you on the other side of the portal. The transmission is sealed. The blessing is given. The journey continues. Now go. Walk into this magnificent week knowing that heaven itself is conspiring in your favor.